I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I've been asked often by people who have loved ones in prison what to expect when their loved one gets out. So this video is going to be answering some of those questions, and it's also for those, not just for those who have loved ones in prison waiting for them to get out, but for those who are getting out, so maybe it can help them. When you get out, everything's surreal at first. You feel like you just can't go anywhere. You know, at least with me, 29 years in prison, you know, a lot of times people would tell me, you can go outside, you know. This only happened for like the first couple of weeks, you know, and I always felt like when I would walk outside, I was doing something wrong, you know, like I was breaking a prison rule or something. You'll see things, you'll see them do things that you'll think are strange, you know, like instead of folding clothes, they'll roll them. Now, another ex-con told me that on his bedroom door, he'd move something in front of the door so nobody could get in. I never did do that. I didn't understand that, you know. But you have to, the people who the ex-con is living with have got to understand certain things, that, especially when he first gets out, his mindset and everything. I'll tell you a couple of things that happened to me. When I first got out, I had told family about, you know, well, a bunch of people that was in the room about count time. You know how they say count time, and then we all have to stand up until they go by and everything, you know. Well, one morning, I'm usually up before everybody, but this time I wasn't, and I hear a knock on the door. Bam, 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 count time. They did it as a joke. It was actually a kid that did it, you know. And I jumped up. I didn't know where I was at for a minute. I was kind of confused, you know, and I was mad about that, you know. They thought it was funny, but I did not think it was funny. Do not try to walk up behind them, you know, like just let your presence be known when you're walking up on them, you know, because that's going to mess them up, you know. And he could hit you without meaning to, you know, it'd be just an instinct thing, you know. That's never happened to me, fortunately, but I've heard it happen with others. In stores, if it's crowded, he's going to be paranoid. I'm always paranoid in crowded stores. A lot of times I'll go back out to the vehicle and wait, you know, until everybody else has done shopping or whatever. But I told the story about this little person. For those of you who haven't heard it yet, I'll tell you guys. I'm standing in line. I asked them, we was in Walmart, and asking the people I was with, man, where's the cigarettes at? And they said, you got to go to aisle, I think it was 11. So I went there, and there was actually a line there. I guess everybody was buying cigarettes. Off to the side, I'm standing in this line. I see, I guess the politically right term is little person, you know. You don't say midget and dwarf no more. Walking towards us, you know, the line. And I just kind of glanced and went back looking. I feel this tap on my side. I looked down. I said, what? He goes, you cut in line. I know I did not cut in line. And that is one thing in prison you do not do. Like the canteen line, the chow line, you do not cut in line. You just don't do it. I said, no, I didn't. And there was a woman standing behind me. And he said, yes, you did, and I'm not happy. I said, well, which one are you? I'm thinking in my head, grumpy or something. Anyway, this goes on for a couple minutes, and I finally said, dude, if it's that important for you, just get in line. Now, in prison, we'd probably already been in a fight. You know, and I've heard from other ex-cons that have told me that there's been people cut in line and that they've taken actions against it, you know. And they was actually telling me, you know, just, you can't be doing that, you know, you just try to check yourself, you know. And I had to do that for a while. I had to check myself. So that's going to be another thing that he's going to deal with. And it may apply to women too, you know, getting out. But I'm speaking from being in men's prisons and getting out, you know, and it's weird for a while, you know, and it's still weird for me. Still in restaurants, I got to sit with my back to the wall so I can see everything. And somebody told me one time, why do you have to sit with your back to the wall at a booth or something in a restaurant? When you was in the chow hall, I know you couldn't have sat with your back to the wall. Not everybody can sit with their back to the wall. You know, some of them was going to be in the middle of the chow hall and stuff. I said, because I was with people I trusted, and they were watching my back, and I was watching theirs. You know, there's 4 at the table. We're all watching each other. And I get asked, well, you don't trust us? It's not that. I'm not sure what it is, but I got to have my back to the wall. But I do know they're right that in the chow halls, when I did go to the chow hall, I didn't go over there a lot of times for that stuff, you know. But you had to, you had people, you wasn't always against the wall, so you had people watching your back, you know. Just little things that he's going to do that is going to, you're not going to be used to, and you're going to be doing things that he's not used to. You got to realize that he's going to have a prison mentality when he first gets out, especially if he's been in there a long time. But he's got to realize that people out here do not think like people in prison. And he's got to try to change the attitude quickly. I mean, I'm just being honest about it. As quickly as he can. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but he's got to try to get rid of that. And he's got to check himself on certain things, you know. There's going to be things that he may not tell you that's going on in his mind because he feels like he can't tell you. You know, this happened with me and my family and friends, you know. They knew something was wrong, but I wouldn't say nothing, you know. And when they asked me, I'd say, I'm all right. I eventually got over these things, but, you know, for some reason we don't like talking, you know, about these things. I don't know why. Can't figure it out. Anyway, that's all I got for you. And I hope this has helped you. Those who were wanting to know about this and what it was like and everything and what to expect and everything. And for you ex-cons getting out, just remember, I hope this has helped you a little bit. Just keep your head up, man. And, you know, don't give up. And I want to apologize for the last video I did. For some reason, like the last minute, it got cut off. And I almost put it on private. In fact, I did, and then I took it off. I don't know why the last couple minutes got taken off, but it's not really much more to it. You know, it's just basically me ending the video. But I thought I was going to get wrote up, and I ended up not getting wrote up. So if you guys watch that video and it just cuts off, I apologize, and I thank you for watching.